To the human race. Eddie Marcus here again. I'm confident that the message that I share with you today is as good as they can get. And I hope it means something to us all. The message I got is always reflecting my, overwhelming desire to see we as human beings experience what I perceive as being heavenly. And for some strange reason, ladies and gentlemen, it appears to me that over and over again, I have seen clearly the way to just that end. I want to share with you some realities, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't get from people, but I have learned in my lifetime. We all say we want peace. We all say we want prosperity. We want freedom. We want the joy, life with joy. We want our dreams to come true. In essence, we want our needs met. We want our wants met. We want our desires met. Met. That basically means, ladies and gentlemen, that we want heaven. Now, I want to say something to you, and I want you to kind of understand why I'm saying and hope you can get the picture. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, truth suggests that this earth that we live on was made. It's not a happenstance. It was made. It was designed. All of the wonderful things that the earth is capable of. All of them. I mean, we think we know, but we don't even have half of it. And we, the people, require of it everything essentially necessary for survival. And it has what we need. To get that, we have what it takes to meet it together and to do that. All my friends, I want to take you back to a concept. Now, I'm not trying to suggest to you that this is true, that this actually happened, but I want to give you a scenario that suggests that outcome. Let's suppose that there is a God. Now, we got to recognize that this God is a power that we can't see, we can't touch, we can't feel. It's what we would basically call a miracle. It's invisible. Now, let's see that power creates a man and creates a woman. Provide for them, and then introduces them to the world. All of the earth. Just a man and a woman. And tells them all of the things that you could ever imagine you can have. Heavenly. There are no limits except one. And what was it basically saying? Some people say talking to a tree, don't eat off the knowledge. No, what it was basically saying is don't try to take my place. And so when you go out here, all of the things that you would ever want, as long as you recognize that there's a power that is responsible for your existence, that there's a power that you represent. We are part of creation. As long as you do that, you will have the peace, the prosperity, the freedom, the joy. You'll never be hungry. You'll never be homeless. You'll never be without adequate education. You'll never be without health care. You'll never be without a joyous, wonderful, magnificent career. And basically what that is, what is it saying to us? It's saying to us that the earth is a power that's given to humankind. So all that humankind produces, what? clothing, all that stuff, that's humankind. And then that belongs to humankind. It belongs to humankind. Everything. And humankind belong to one another. All of us. And that we live as a family of love. Now, that's going the way the Creator prepared it to be. Now, we can have heaven if we walk according to that. The only thing that would prevent us from it is if we walk away from that and start doing our own thing. We can call it the devil, we can call it whatever, but we're talking about our own thing. And our own thing has nothing to do with love. Our own thing has to do with selfishness. Every last one of us, our own thing has to do with selfishness. Only God's plan provides for everyone. See, God is the giver of life. We are takers of life. And so we're put here on this planet saying we can have whatever we desire as long as we walk through these other principles. That's heaven. Or we can do our own thing and go to hell. Create hell. That's all we can do is create hell. That's all we can do. Create hell. We can, when you say you're doing some decent things and you feel good about yourself, you're trying to hold as close as you can to some real basic principles. That's what makes you look decent. That's what made the United States look decent when it came to immigrants, people who were being persecuted in other countries where they had no respect for God. What made America look good was because we tried to hold on to some of those good basic principles. But then we got carried away. We got carried away, wanted to do our thing. White supremacy, all that kind of stuff, slaves. That's just talking about America, but right now it happened all over the world. So doing, we get presidents that preaches lies as truths, and the people accept it. People who were one time standing up some basic principles that they had been taught and learned, all of a sudden were turning their back on everything and honoring what they themselves knew and called evil. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's the world we live in. So to everybody, I want you to know this. As far as God is concerned, all of us living on this planet, we have one base out of all of the things that's important. Food, clothing, shelter, education, our wants, our needs, our dreams, all of those, out of all of those things that are important to us, the one thing that is important to God is that we are one with one another. That we are our brothers looking after one another as an expression of who we are in relationship to the power of creation. That is the number one concern. Now, you've heard somebody say that you should love the Lord thy God with all our heart, body, soul, and mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. The second is like unto it, you should love your neighbor as yourself. You've heard it said that seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all this heavenly stuff that you're looking for will be right there for you. And it has nothing to do with saying we got to have a law to stop abortion. It means that we are so prepared that if a situation that would allow the need for it to occur, we are so prepared that that won't happen. Or if it does, we deal with it. It's not out here fighting each other. It's not out here talking about black lives, Asian lives. We're talking about lives. And we're talking about getting rid of hate. Now, we don't want to split the people up. We got some over here standing over here trying to fight for black hate, getting rid of black hate. Some over here standing up getting rid of Asian hate. Come on, how ignorant? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. No. We're better than that. We're going to get rid of hate. Now, you go back and check what I've just said, because I know you didn't get it. That was too quick. Till next time, though, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.